Okay. Hopefully it's working now. Microphone is on. Can everybody hear me? Sorry. Let's see. Okay. So everything should be good now. Ooh, that took me a few minutes. So I was on here before, at like 8:55 because I wanted to make sure it's now, my clock now says 9:05. So I've been working on this for 10 minutes, trying to figure out. So I came on here at like 8:30 to do a teeny tiny live to make sure that like the audio is okay and everything. And then it was good. So, you know, I had some time, so I was watching a video and stuff. And then when I came back to actually start the live, it was like 8:55, I think. And I was like, oh, you know, I'm going to go on a little bit earlier and do a little bit of chatting or whatever. And then it wouldn't do it. It wouldn't do the live. Like, it wouldn't show up on my YouTube channel. Like it said, you know, I clicked on start streaming and nothing, like it didn't show up on my YouTube channel at all. So I was confused. But anyways, we are here for my very first ever live stream. I'm a little bit nervous because I've never done one of these before. Excuse me. And the weather is changing and I have allergies. So my throat might be a little bit froggy, but I have a ton of water right here next to me, so everything is fine. Also, if you hear a bunch of noises in the background, I have puppies. Right now they're sleeping, but just a few minutes ago they were making a lot of noise. So I'm glad they have calmed down. Like I have actual puppies. Like I call my regular like grown-up adult dogs my puppies, but these are actual babies. And they're sleeping right now. So, but a few minutes ago they were like growling at each other and, you know, flopping each other's bodies all over the place, and it was funny. Because, you know, they were playing and roughhousing and, you know, being puppies. So, anyway, so I wanted to show you, this is the screen when you first, sorry, I'm trying to make my audio not so, it's going up in the red and I don't want it to do that. This is the screen when you first load the game. As you can see, I already have a bunch of people here. This is the person that, I have made in my videos, and then, sorry. This is the person that I had made in my videos, and then I had to delete her because all of my video footage had gotten corrupted from my laptop to my, moving it from my laptop to my new computer. So I had to delete her and then remake a whole nother person in order to get that video footage back. And then that's when a friend of mine was like, why don't you just do a live stream? And I was like, I've never done a live stream before, and I don't know if people care that much. I mean, Hogwarts Legacy is older now, so I don't know if anybody even cares anymore. But she's like, there'll be some people out there that care. Go ahead and do it. And I was like, all right. So that's what we're doing. So anyways, I did spell her name right this time. If you remember in my first video, I spelled her name wrong, but I fixed it. So this is Emily McMillan. So she is an ancestor to Ernie Macmillan, which if you haven't read the books, you won't know who that is. And then this is Alyssa Longbottom. Excuse me. She's an ancestor to Neville Longbottom. And then this is Lucy Clearwater. And she is an ancestor to Penelope Clearwater, which she was only mentioned in the movies, but she was like a actual person in the books. So, like, you need to read the books. And then this is Gertrude Bulstrode, and she's an ancestor to Millicent Bulstrode. Sorry. I had to mute my microphone so I could cough because I don't want you to hear it. But, so those are my people here. And I'm not going to delete any of these people. Like, you only get 4 spots, okay? And I'm not going to delete any of these people because they're at level 40. And in order to get them at level 40, you have to play that horrible game of Professor Ronin's that I hate oh so much. So, my son's friend Thomas, shout out to Thomas, is the reason that these people are at level 40. Because he played that horrible game for me. And I hate it so much. And I hate that you have to win it in order to finish the class. It's not enough just to play it. No, you have to win it. So, I hate that game so much. But, these people are staying forever. Like, and ever and ever. This one is not at level 30, or this one is not at level 40 yet because, Thomas has not been here. So, Thomas homeschools with us. So, during the year, during the school year, these are, like, when we were done homeschooling, not during homeschooling, obviously, but when we were done, before he went home, I was like, hey, you want to play that game for me that I hate? And he was like, all right. So, that's how come these are at level 40, but we, you know, when I was doing, you know, the story with her, that was like the end of the school year, so he hasn't been here since. Presumably because he gets tired of us during the year and he wants to be at home with his family. But he will be here later on in the summer, because we have a swimming pool and he likes to come over and swim. So, but hopefully he'll get her up to level 40. But anyways, I'm not going to delete any of these people. So how am I going to make a new person for our game? Well, that's an excellent question. Please allow me to show you. Look at right here. Mods. They allow mods in the game now. Which, this is not like a brand new thing, because it's been like this for months and months. But, when you have mods, see there's all these mods. There's several. Huh. She's kind of creepy looking. Anyways, there are several, multiple mods that you can get for your game. Okay, and I have been waiting for ages and ages for somebody to make Professor Garlic. See, I already have a few. I love this hairstyle right here. So I already have a few. Companions. That's a big one because whenever you are doing a quest, like all by yourself, I don't like that. So it's nice to have somebody just with you. Like they don't, like sometimes they'll help fight the bad guys and all that stuff, but it's just like, you know, you're not in a cave all by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you can have people with you. You can have all these people. Not all of them one at a time, but, you know, these people with you. And then there's another one where you can skip the Merlin trials, which I absolutely love because the Merlin trials tend to get tedious sometimes. And there's one where you have to roll a big, like, boulder into like a crevice in the ground, and it's like all rocks and everything. Like, you know, it shows you where to roll it. But you got to roll it in there. And there's one, so most of them, because you're rolling a ball, most of them are downhill. But there's one where you have to roll it uphill. And I cannot do that one. I cannot complete that one. I have no idea how to do it. You cannot, you can Depulso it and you can Accio it, but you cannot Wingardium Leviosa it. So I don't know how to get it up the hill because it's a great big boulder. And so I don't know how to do it. But, you know, you can just go near the Merlin trial and hit Alt-M, I think it is. And you can, it just completes the Merlin trial for you. And I'm like, sweet. Because some of them are really hard. Like the original one with the pillars that you have to light on fire. Some of those are really hard. Because they're really far apart. And you have to like run to them and light them on fire before the other ones. And you have to like figure out which one is the tallest, because that's the one you have to do first. Because once you light it, it starts sinking into the ground. And if it gets to the ground, it starts over. So I don't even do those because, you know, some of them are really hard and I can't do them. And I'm old. So, having the one that skips the Merlin trials is fabulous. So I love that. So I get all of my rewards for the Merlin trials without actually doing the Merlin trials. So that's pretty cool. And for some reason, people are like obsessed with Sebastian. So there's all kinds of mods for Sebastian. This live stream is going to have to be shorter than I originally plan because my throat is very messed up today. But there are lots of mods for Sebastian. I don't understand why people are so obsessed with Sebastian. Like, he's not a real person. I do have one, though, that I thought was cool. It's this tattoo on his arm right here. Although that was neat. But it puts him in a different outfit. Like, he's not in his... When you have this mod in your game, he is not in his school uniform. He's in this black outfit. So, but I like this cool tattoo. So that's, I got that mod. So anyways, there's a whole bunch of mods that you can get. And these are just for your character. There's so many more. There's gameplay mods, which I think is, Steamboat Will. That's funny. Which I think is where there's the companions where you can skip the Merlin trials. Posture check. What? Auto loot? What? No more stopping to rummage through every chest, bag, or enemy drop. Let magic do the work for you. This mod ensures that loot is automatically collected as soon as you come within range, letting you focus on the adventure instead of the cleanup. Sweet! Dang. Alright, I'm not getting that. But, that's pretty cool. Oh, skip Merlin trials right here. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it. And if somebody makes one where you can skip the, what is it? The, ancient magic. I don't know, the ancient magic thingy where you go and, which I haven't even shown you in my videos yet. I was going to show you all of the, well, not all of them, but I was going to show you how those work in another video, but I never did. So when you see more on that in another video, yeah, I did not make that video, nor was I going to. I just was like, I'm not doing that. But I probably should have, because I said I was going to, so I probably should have. But anyways, oh, you can switch houses if you wanted to. That's cool. Unlock all flue flames. What? Sweet. I'm getting that. Sorry. I haven't played this game in a little while, and I have not looked up any of the new mods at all. But I'm unlocking all the flue flames. Yes, sir. I know that might sound like cheating, but I don't care. So anyways. Enough of this. I want Professor Garlick's hair. So if anybody knows how to, I guess I could, with a teeny tiny bit of research or work, I could probably figure out how to get on some kind of message board or something to ask if somebody could make Professor Garlick's hair, because I need my character to have Professor Garlick's hair. But anyways, when you have the mods, guess what you also have? New character spots. So this is where we're going to do our new character for our live stream here. Let's see. We're going to enable some mods. Okay, I'm not going to enable all of these mods. Okay, but I do want, is it this? Yes. Because I want that hairstyle. I want the companions. I want to skip Merlin trials. Unlock all flue flames. Yes. And then I got a lot of hair because, see, I have very long hair. It goes all the way down my back. It used to go past my waist, but I got like 6 inches cut off. Now it's like to my waist. So, but none of the hairstyles in the game are that long. So I have a lot of hairstyles where they're very long. But this one right here with the braid in the back, that one's my favorite. So anyways, new character. Yes, I would like to start a new modded character. And I turned all the music off because I don't want my video to get like flagged or whatever. Because normally there's music playing here, and it's nice, pretty music. There's a lot of loading screens, obviously. Now, just to remind everybody, I am not a gamer in any definition of the word. I don't know what that box is that popped up in the corner, but it pops up every single time I play a video game. Every time. So, my son said not to worry about it. Here's the Hogwarts. Except, oh, it doesn't pop up in the live stream. All right, then never mind. We are pleased to inform you that you have been accepted at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry as a 5th year student. Term begins on 1 September, which is how the British people say September 1st. Preliminary supplies have been collected for you and will accompany you on your journey to the castle. As you may be aware, the decree for the reasonable restriction of underage sorcery prohibits the use of magic by those under the age of 17 outside school. However, due to your unique circumstances, the ministry has graciously agreed to allow Professor Eleazar Fig to help you hone your spellcasting before escorting you from London to the castle for the start of term feast and the sorting ceremony. Yours sincerely, Professor Weasley, Deputy Head Mistress. All right, so we're going to start our game. And we're going to choose how our person looks. So, let's see here. Does anybody have any specific choices? Obviously, our person is going to be a girl because I said so. So this is a girl. 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 This is the girl that I usually use for like all of my people. This is a girl. This is a girl. This is a girl. That's a girl. This is a girl. So does anybody have any preferences? I kind of like her. I don't think I've ever used her. She's cute too. I think I might go with this one. Okay. So this is her face. So we're going to lighten up her skin color a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. Alrighty. And we're going to put glasses on her. Because I wear glasses. So when I first made my Millicent Bulstrode ancestor, I didn't put glasses on her and I was annoyed because I was like, why didn't I put glasses? I always put glasses on my people because I wear glasses. So I also have blue eyes. So she's going to have blue eyes. Hairstyle. Now, when I got that mod, I already had a person. So is the hairstyle in here? It is. There it is. Oh, it's my favorite. Okay. So there's that. Then we're going to change our hair color because I have brown hair. I don't know why I always try to make my people look like me. But I do. That looks good. Okay. Hair complexion. No freckles or moles. Blue eyes. And it's hard to tell in this tiny picture what color they are, but these are brown. There's blue. And her eyebrow color should match her hair. That's close enough.
That was quite something.
That was quite something. Story mode. because that's the whole point of this live stream, is a live stream on story mode. Now, what should we name our person? Denise. Now, her last name, I like to make, obviously, our characters, our people, you know, our characters be ancestors of current Hogwarts people. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to already decide which house I want her to be in, which of course she's going to be in Hufflepuff because that's the best house. So I already did an ancestor to Ernie Macmillan. So should I do, what other Hogwarts student should I make her an ancestor of? Should I do like, oh, I know, Hannah Abbott. So let's do Abbott. Is that how you spell it? I don't know. Sounds good to me. Okay, so here's our person. So we're going to start our journey. The name you entered contains restricted words. What words are constricted? Okay. Apparently. Maybe Denise is the wrong one. I don't see any restricted words. I'm trying to think of another Hufflepuff. Let's see. Let's Google Hufflepuffs in the Harry Potter books. Hufflepuff students in Potter books. Oh my gosh, what an idiot. Cedric Diggory. Let's do Denise Diggory. Now, it was Abbott that it didn't like. I don't know why. That was weird. All right.
It appears we are almost ready to depart. It's a pity we didn't have a bit more time to spend on spellcasting. I presume you've been practicing the spells we worked on.
I have, Professor.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never seen anyone take so quickly to a second-hand wand. You'll be a force to be reckoned with when you get your own.
Thank you, Professor Fig. I appreciate you working with me before the term begins.
Oh, Eleazar!
George, glad my rather cryptic description of our location did not thwart your finding us.
I've apparated to more vaguely defined destinations than this. Though I confess I may have miscalculated slightly on my first try. Gave quite the fright to some theatre-goers in the West End.
It's been much too long. When I received your owl, I must say I...
Best not speak here, Eleazar.
Of course. Why don't we speak en route to Hogwarts? We have a start-of-term feast and a sorting ceremony to get to.
Wonderful idea. As long as your young charge here doesn't mind me tagging along.
Not at all, sir.
After you.
Ages since I've been to the castle. Would be good to see the old pile of rocks.
Now there's supposed to be music playing here, but obviously I turned my music off because I didn't want my video, you know, to be flagged or silenced or whatever. My son told me to turn the game down a little, but I can't while the cutscene is playing, so if it's too loud, just turn your volume down a little bit.
Just barely.
And who is your traveling companion?
A new student.
New?
Yes, sir. I'm starting school as a 5th year.
How extraordinary.
It is indeed. None of the faculty has ever heard of anyone being admitted to Hogwarts so late.
Nor have I.
Ah, I
Of
can
course,
by pressing
as
Sweet.
the other 5th years
Okay.
will have been
My
honing
son
their
is so
magical
smart. He knows
skills for 4 years now, the headmaster asked if I could get our new student up to speed a bit before the term begins.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better mentor. Professor Fig is not only an exceptional teacher, he's also a remarkably intuitive and gifted wizard.
Mr. Osric is prone to flattery. I dare say it's one of the reasons he's risen so far at the ministry.
Have you seen this?
And Renrock.
I have. Opinions differ as to how great a threat Ranrock really is.
Although I've yet to convince my colleagues at the Ministry, I believe
dragon.
he is a significant threat.
The dragon that's going to attack us.
And
That's
it was your
you
wife,
couldn't see that out the window
Eleazar,
of my
who
other
alerted
video
me to his
because
activities months ago.
Miriam?
my laptop was not good enough to play this game.
She wrote to me
I know
about
it was,
Ranrock
but not-
before she died, wondering
Anyways.
what the Ministry knew about his activities. Before I could respond, I received this. It was the last thing she sent me, Eleazar. It came to me via her owl, but with no correspondence. I can only assume
That she had to get rid of it quickly. To keep it safe.
presumably from Ranrock. I cannot open it. Whatever magic protects this is powerful indeed.
It looks like goblin metal. That symbol.
What's that glow?
I don't see a glow.
Nor do I.
There's definitely a glow.
Merlin's beard! How did you...
Wait! We do. Hang on!
See how there's no thestrals? Look at. As soon as George gets eaten, turn around. That is so cool. When I first played this game and I saw that, I was like, that is so cool! Scary dragon.
The key! Give me your hand! Adieu! Are you
We are.
alright? You're hurt.
Perhaps a bit.
Take this. It's Wiggenweld potion. That stuff will right you in a second.
Now our health is in the bottom right. Tap G to heal. Do it. There we go.
What
See,
happened?
we're all better now.
Poor George. I can't believe he... What the hell got into that damn thing? Attacking a carriage mid-air? A typical dragon would never...
Professor? Sir, where are we?
I'm not sure. But
Let
that
me
key
look
you
around.
discovered was clearly a port key.
Portkey?
An item enchanted to bring whoever touches it to a specific place.
I'm feeling better, sir. If you'd like to look around a bit.
I would. But stay close. We've no idea who created this port key. Or why.
Now again, I don't use the A and the S or the D to move. I just hit W and then I move my mouse around. So, I said that in my previous video announcing my live stream. So, like, if you get dizzy, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you
How
dizzy.
far did that portkey take us?
farther from London than the carriage traveled. We're somewhere in the Scottish Highlands.
Sir, those ruins. Do you
The
think...
portkey was meant to lead us there? I do. This has not been the day either of us expected. But Miriam sent that portkey to George for a reason. And I believe that she, and now George, died in pursuit of whatever it was meant to lead to. If you're sure you're all right, and wouldn't mind indulging me, I'd like to have a look around.
Absolutely, sir.
Good. Let's see if we can find a path, however faded it may be.
Look, here's a path right here.
Mind your
I don't know.
step.
I don't know, he's talking about
Where do
find
you
a path.
suppose your wife got the portkey that brought us here?
A good question. Miriam spent years searching for evidence of a long-forgotten form of ancient magic.
Ancient magic?
Okay.
Yes, a powerful magic wielded by a rare few that seems to have been lost to time. Hogwarts Castle was built by, and is itself a stronghold of that ancient magic. I don't know where she came into possession of the portkey, but I am certain it was to do with that search. Ah, there's the path down below. This way.
I'm supposed to follow Fig so it gets mad
But
if we
sir,
go ahead of him.
Why was your wife searching for evidence of lost magic?
Miriam wanted to understand why such powerful magic disappeared from the wizarding world. Spoke of the good it could do. But magic is no different than any power. What really matters is the one who wields it.
Here's
Is
where
that
we learn a
ice?
basic cast.
It's not cold enough here. It appears to be a sort of enchantment. Someone wanted to block this path. Let's see some of that wand work you were practicing. Focus on the center. Excellent!
And then you can move your, camera around, and the bad guy that you're going to shoot at will highlight. And then sometimes another bad guy will move in front of it, and the guy you were trying to hit, you don't hit. You hit somebody else. And it makes me mad. But anyways. The place we're trying to get to is so long, is so far away, so that we can get all of our backstory, the reason why we're here in the first place. But then they just stop talking. But you can shoot at all these little bases.
Your wand work's improving with every cast.
Thank you, sir.
Ah, up there.
Then we just climb up the wall. Like that's a thing you can do.
We're close now. It's just ahead.
Very windy.
Steady yourself.
He's gonna fix the bridge.
Reparo!
Alrighty.
Almost there.
Almost there. Whew. Less windy in here. There is no point to destroying all these bases. It's just that, you can. So I am. But there's you don't get anything for it. Whatever. But I'm supposed to be following Fig, so here we go.
Why would someone have built this here?
I suspect they valued their privacy. That portkey led us here for a reason. Let's have a look around for anything that seems out of place.
He just walked right through me. Now, if you have watched my other videos, you will recognize... Okay. Oh, it's telling me about the little map. Let me tell you about this first. If you have watched my other videos, you would know immediately who this is. That is Professor Rackham.
Professor! This statue...
This may have been his home.
And then this is... Professor Rackham was the divination teacher. So, that's what this is about.
Professor, it's a mural of some kind.
Perhaps our host was a noted seer. Interesting.
Now, when I first played this game, I was so confused as to where to go because I didn't really understand the mini-map. So I had to have my middle son, Matthew, come in here and tell me where to go because I was so confused. I was going all around and I was like, I don't understand. Where am I supposed to go next? And he was like, Mom, you have a map. And it shows you. And look, you just go, look, right there. And I was like, oh. Now I feel dumb. So, now I know how to do it. But don't worry, there will be plenty of opportunity to laugh at me because I get lost in the mines and caves and stuff all the time.
That
even though
enchanted crystallized stone
I've done it like a
again.
million times.
But what could it be blocking? What's this? Professor Fig!
Here it comes. And remember, we're in Scotland. Scottish Highlands, he said.
How odd. Why would someone have conjured that enchanted stone here?
And how is there a room behind it?
What room? I don't see anything.
There's that glow again, like the glow on the portkey container.
What in Merlin's name?
What the heck? We are now in London.
Godric's heart.
Where are we?
I don't
Gringotts.
believe it.
We're in a secret room in Gringotts. Like, we're not in the main Gringotts. We're in a little, secret area that this goblin has been, waiting for somebody to come and access Vault 12.
Hello?
It can't be. Just a moment. Oh. Where to begin? Welcome to Gringotts Wizarding Bank. Vault number 12, I presume. Precisely. The key?
Your wife's portkey.
Oh, yes, of course.
Sorry, I had to take care of one of the puppies.
This way, then. Stay close.
Vault 12, I presume. Yeah. That's why we're here. Exactly, yes, Vault 12.
After you.
Now we get some more backstory.
Keep your hands inside the cart if you don't wish to lose them.
Are you making fun of me?
How many vaults are there in Gringotts?
Oh, I'm on the outside map.
In
We can look
fact,
around some more.
you'll see quite a few on our way to vault number 12. As we speak, we're just beneath the main lobby. The vaults you see now are the newest.
Are private entrances to the bank common at Gringotts?
They are most uncommon. Only one with great wealth or power, or both, could have arranged for such a service. You'll want to take a breath.
A what? That waterfall washes away all enchantments. It's a security measure.
Experienced the
Downfall, I
thief's
believe.
downfall before,
Yeah.
have you? Heard of
It was in the books.
These are the lower vaults that we're passing now.
How deep are we going?
Vault number 12 was commissioned shortly after Gringotts was founded over 4 centuries ago. It resides in the deepest part of the bank. Settle in. We've quite a distance to go.
The Thief's Downfall was in the movie too, but they didn't call it that. It was just a waterfall.
Vault number.
His armband there.
Vault 12. Momentous day.
On your way.
We're suspicious of him. And then you can see him going off to notify Ranrock. Oh, excuse me, goodness.
Professor, the armband the guard was wearing was glowing.
Like the glue you saw on the porky container?
No, darker. I saw that same glow on the dragon's collar.
Yeah, what was that? We were just wondering about that goblin back there.
He watches over the oldest section of the bank. Rare anyone goes there anymore. Here we are.
Alrighty. Now we get to do things. We haven't been able to do anything in a minute. Come
When
on.
was the
There
last
we
time
go.
this vault was accessed?
A goblin has been stationed at my desk for hundreds of years. In that time, no one has visited Vault 12. Until today.
Chest over here.
Vault 12.
Thank you for your help.
And there is not a chest on the other side of the door. I already checked. There's just the one. So, we go into Vault 12.
What do you suppose we should be looking for?
I'm not sure. Sir, I wonder if you
The
might...
instructions for Vault 12 indicate that I am to grant access to the holder of the key and then close the door.
Wait!
Best of luck.
Best of luck.
Professor?
That was certainly unexpected. Let me think. There must be something here. Revelio, perhaps?
Revelio?
Yes, a revealing charm. No time like the present. Let's see what we're missing, shall we? Ready your wand and focus.
Now, we're supposed to get this blue pointer all along the spell to the all along the path to the spell at the end. Okay. Now, if we were not on story mode, there would be a little red thing chasing us, but it like doesn't move at all in story mode. And these little things, if you skip them, it's no big. I'm gonna skip this one. No big deal. It just makes your little pointer move faster so that you can get away from the red thing. But the red thing doesn't move in story mode, so it doesn't matter.
There! I saw something.
Move a bit closer and try again.
And sometimes when you cast Revelio, you have to be right next to the thing, and sometimes you can be a little bit farther
door.
away, so
Well, that's a
it's
start.
confusing.
There's that symbol again. I don't suppose you see a way to...
I do, Professor. That symbol has the same glow as the one I saw in the portkey container.
If what you can see reveals the way forward, then I dare say we are about to discover the secret of this vault. Lead the way. Lumos! This is no ordinary vault. I suspect we will need to earn our way out of here.
What do you mean, earn our way out? Do you think this is some sort of test?
I do. But to what end, I can't say. Stay close. There will be no disapparating if things go poorly. Not out of Gringotts.
So until Professor Fig disappears, there are no chests. But there are 2, I think, afterwards. So we just have to follow Fig around. I have no idea how he knows where to go.
I see something up ahead.
What is it?
That glow again, but on the floor.
This is way fancier than on my laptop.
Lumos! What happened?
When I moved towards the glow, it suddenly seemed as if the ground was swirling about.
Are you all right?
Got a little dizzy.
Yes, sir, I'm fine.
You seem to have caused the floor to change.
That statue.
What statue?
I see some sort of statue, but only as a reflection in the floor. Revelio.
I presume this is what you saw reflected in the floor.
It is. The reflection's still there, but the statue's positions don't match. Wait. When you moved, the reflection turned in the direction of the light.
Perhaps you should cast Lumos.
I need to learn Lumos.
Lumos.
Well done.
Now the reflection is turning towards me. It does follow the light.
And there's a line telling you where to go. So that you can line up the statue properly. And this is our little fighting tutorial. Teaches us how to do the fighting.
Look out!
Ah!
Potato.
Accio! Descendo! Levioso! Deposo! Deposo! Exposo!
Stupefy.
Now, if you just tap your Protego button, which mine is Q, if you just tap it, it'll do your protective shield thing. But if you press and hold, it'll also stupefy the backpack.
Stay close!
And he disappears.
Luma. Professor? Professor Fig! Professor, where are you? This isn't good.
Lost.
Revelio. Lumos. Where am I supposed to go? What's
To
happening?
the chest.
The wisps of magic seem to be leading me somewhere. Revelio. Lumos.
One over there.
Oh, that's where they're leading me. That glow again.
To the glow again. Okay. 2 chests, I was right. And then I gotta activate the statues.
Revelio. I suppose I'm on my own this time.
Here we go.
It seems I have no choice. I'm going to have to fight my way out of here.
Again, in story mode, the fighting is not hard.
Potato. Stupefy.
Especially as you progress in the game, you will get stronger, but the enemies get stronger, but not nearly as bad. Especially if you go back to the so each section of the map has like a number of how strong the bad guys are. So if you're like later in the game and you go to where the parts of the map where the enemies are lower in number, it takes like 2 seconds to beat them. That's hilarious. And see, I barely did anything, and I already defeated the bad guy. So, anybody... I can sprint now, sweet. Anybody...
Revelio.
Can play in story mode. Like, anybody. Because, like, I don't play fighting games. This is the only game that I play that I fight people. I mean, I play Animal Crossing and The Sims, and, you know, I don't play fighting games. Disney's Dreamlight Valley, that's my favorite game. This is the only fighting game that I play. And, for me to be able to play this game... Come on, son. It's, like, super easy. Is there a chest in here? I don't remember. Yep. A lot of these pensive rooms will have chests in them. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. Oh, there's two. Sweet. Revelio, your best friend. They took away where she says Revelio every single time, which is good because it would get annoying after a while. And this is the locket. I don't know what British people think a locket is, but it's a bottle. And, Fig will... It'll be important for Fig later.
There you are.
There you are.
How did
There you are.
What is this place?
I don't know. But I found this floating above that basin.
That is no mere basin. That is a pensive for viewing memories.
I also have cats. So if you hear meow in the background, it's my cat.
Follow my lead.
I don't love how there are so many pensives in this game because in the books, it's like the pensive is like a super special item that is super rare, and there aren't very many of them. There are millions of them in this game. And this is the
All is in
room
place.
that we're in.
The portkey is well hidden.
Perhaps too well. I wonder if the path we've created...
May be impossible to follow. It will only be impossible for one who cannot see traces of ancient magic as I can.
Your ability to see what others cannot will not be enough, Percival. We are entrusting the one who embarks on this path with powerful secrets, with knowledge others will do anything to obtain.
Yes, and if we are correct, Charles, the witch or wizard who completes the trials will have proven themselves worthy of that knowledge, and the responsibility that accompanies it.
We've done all that we can.
That's what you're seeing. The glow that surrounded them.
Yes, sir.
Astonishing.
Can I see magic?
Traces of an ancient magic, to be precise. The magic
is a
that
big
Miriam
house.
had always believed existed, but could never. Miriam, and perhaps George, died in pursuit of knowledge that has been dormant for centuries. And you, it seems, are the key to understanding why. We were...
It all looks rather different than it did a moment ago.
Someone's coming.
Remember, we're still in Gringotts.
Who were they?
I don't know. But, sir, you shouldn't be in here.
I was right.
Ranrock.
Seems my reputation precedes me. I was beginning to think no one was ever going to visit Rackham's vault.
And why are you here?
No need for that. Just give me whatever it is you found here and we can let bygones be bygones.
Yeah.
Sir,
We're not gonna give you any.
they had the key to the vault.
Choose your next words wisely.
I only meant that the instructions to Vault 12 were quite clear. Sir, I must insist. I was to grant access only to one with the key, and you didn't have it.
Poor guy. He was only doing his job.
I have no patience for traitors.
Not a traitor.
Now,
He was doing his
where
job.
were we?
I'm not giving you anything.
Well, perhaps your young friend here will be more helpful.
The vault is like, there is no fighting up in here. When I first played this game, I was like, oh, I gotta fight that huge thing? What? But no, we do not have to fight that huge thing.
I know a way out.
Long about now, I was like, where is Hogwarts? How much longer do we have to wait?
Are you all right?
Fine, sir.
I was getting frustrated.
I've never seen so powerful a goblin. He seemed wholly unaffected by my magic.
Where are we?
It can't be. It seems those who set up the pensive, the locket, and the path to both wanted someone with your ability to end up here. Come. We have a sorting ceremony to get to.
Here we go. And there's the Hogwarts Express, which we do not ride on. And we follow this owl for a minute. And there's the castle. Now let me tell you, when I first played this game, I was like so excited. I was like, yes, Hogwarts. You can see the little boathouse at the bottom there where Hagrid rides, you know, with the kid the first years. And there's supposed to be music here, obviously, but I turned the music off, so there's no music here right now. But it's good music. Just saying. Waiting. There we go. Now, do we just get to go into the sorting ceremony? Oh, no.
Oh,
of course
good.
not.
We haven't missed the sorting ceremony.
There's more talking.
I'm no expert, but that seems more appropriate. Now, I need to study this locket as soon as I can, but first I must contact the Ministry. They need to know what happened to George and be warned of Ranrock. For the moment, I ask that you keep all that's happened this evening between you and me.
Of course, sir.
Thank you. Ready for the sorting ceremony?
Not quite yet. Now, anybody that's read the books should know who
Nigellus Black.
Phineas Nigellus Black is.
Prepare yourself to meet the headmaster.
Headmaster.
Fig, nice of you to join us. The sorting ceremony's over.
There were complications.
Complications?
It seems the goblin problem has...
Enough. Goblins. I've no time for rumors, Fig, and I'm rapidly losing whatever patience I had left. If you're lucky, we might still be able to get you sorted this evening.
I'll be in touch.
I feel like Professor Black is mean for no reason. Like, he doesn't need to be that mean.
Professor Weasley, we've one more to be sorted.
And all the students seem to be the
You're
same age.
just
I don't
in
like that.
time. Have a seat.
Ah, yes. A bit older than the others, aren't you?
Bit older than the other.
You come here with preferences and preconceptions. Certain expectations.
I can't wait to start class.
I'm looking forward to meeting my professors and learning all I can at Hogwarts.
Indeed. Hogwarts has much to offer a dedicated student. And what you learn in class will prepare you for challenges outside the classroom as well. You do not give up easily, do you? You are undaunted by challenges that lie ahead. And your loyalty to a friend delayed your arrival here this evening. Perhaps you belong in Hufflepuff.
Okay, since I have my Wizarding World account hooked up to my game, I am in Hufflepuff in my Wizarding World account. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it at Hufflepuff. Accept house. But if you wanted to, you could hit escape and then choose a different house if you wanted to. But I don't. So Hufflepuff.
Your loyalty to a friend
that's what it is.
Delayed your arrival here this evening.
You already said that. Accept house.
Better be Hufflepuff!
Yay! More magic.
Oh, and one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled.
I was like, what? No Quidditch? Man.
Enough! It's not as though I've banned flying altogether. But don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
Then why don't you just dismiss everybody? Why don't you gotta be so nasty?
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you. I'm...
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir. As I was saying, I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Professor.
As Deputy Headmistress, it is my distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way.
Now, they use they-them pronouns for us because that way they don't have to re-record every single time they mention us.
It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. Might be a bit of work, but I'm sure that's never stopped you before.
It hasn't, Professor.
Now, here we are at the entrance to the Hufflepuff common room.
This is the entrance.
Indeed. I will explain what to do, but I hesitate to do it myself as one errant knock leads to being doused in vinegar. Most unpleasant. You must tap the barrel, 2 from the bottom, middle of the second row, in the rhythm of Helga Hufflepuff.
Which I don't know why she hesitates to do it herself, because it's not hard. Hence why it's the Hufflepuff common room.
Well done. Now go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
A little bit of trivia. The Hufflepuff common room is the only common room that Harry Potter did not visit in the books. He's been in the Gryffindor one, obviously, because he's a Gryffindor. He's been in the Slytherin one, and he's been in the Ravenclaw one. He never went to the Hufflepuff one. So here we are the next morning. We're well rested and ready to start our day.
Oh, looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
Oh, it looks like everyone's gone. I don't know why you didn't already know that, but that's okay. So our little map on the bottom left shows us where to go. And when you're indoors, you walk really slowly, so I usually sprint here so I can go a little bit faster, so it doesn't take forever to walk through everywhere. Here's the common room. Now we have to talk to a bunch of people.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
She's awfully regal, isn't she?
Is that your owl?
I don't know who she is. Likely one of the Hufflepuffs around here.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and skip this because this is literally nothing.
It was nice meeting you, Lenora.
Of course. Yeah. Adieu.
There's literally no point in any of this. And it's already taking longer than I wanted to. This is Adelaide. She's worried about her Uncle Roland. This is her Uncle Roland, is the Roland Oaks I talked about in another video, where I always get lost when I'm rescuing him. Always. I always get lost in the goblin mine dealio. Or, not mine, but cave, whatever, that he's trapped in. So...
Oh, Uncle, this doesn't sound like you. Something's wrong. Oh, hello there. You're the new Hufflepuff, yes? I'm Adelaide. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Is everything all right?
Oh, yes. I'm just a bit distracted. Letter from my uncle. So tell me, I've been hearing all sorts of rumors. Were you really nearly gobbled up by a dragon?
If you don't mind, I'd prefer to just forget about it.
Oh dear, it must have been bad. I mean, of course it was. I know I would have been terrified.
I was gonna say, of course it was.
Sorry.
I was almost eaten by a dragon.
Anyway, I imagine you have lots to do. I hope you have a wonderful first day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adelaide. Be seeing you.
Of course. And good luck.
You too, bye-bye now. For some reason, we talk to all these people, but we don't talk to Poppy.
Frightened little cat.
Now, the guy that does this voice, Arthur Plumley, and he does a couple other people, he is the guy that played Lee Jordan in the movies. So, like, he was doing, like, the commentary for the,
You don't need to be frightened, little cat.
Quidditch in the movies. So, that's a little bit of trivia for you, too.
I can't quite reach.
He does this guy, and then he does the guy that teaches us how to fly.
Hope they can catch him.
And then he does one of the
student to get lost in, let alone a cat. I'm sure you'll find your way all right. I mean, it can be a bit overwhelming at first. I still get lost sometimes. Welcome to Hufflepuff, by the way. Really glad to have you in our house. I'm Arthur.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Was that your cat?
No, one of the first years, I think. Don't have any pets of my own, unfortunately. My mother doesn't think too highly of them, especially magical ones.
I'm sorry to hear that. I think magical beasts are rather incredible.
Best thing about coming to Hogwarts. Nifflers, Glumbumbles, Bowtruckles. I thought they were only pictures in books before. Well, Dad did bring home a Puffskein once. Mum was furious. Anyway, I better go make sure the first years caught that cat. Don't want them to be late on their first day.
We do not have Bowtruckles in this game.
Nice meeting you, Arthur. And good luck finding that cat.
Thank you. Try not to get lost in the castle yourself.
Which is
the
sad.
New Hufflepuff out of bed yet? Professor Weasley's waiting for them outside the common room.
That sounded like Poppy.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts.
Now, this is a very long
This day
tutorial.
for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Magical pocket.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in
gone.
action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
All right. Following Weasley.
This way. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
I wanted to Revelio and get that
certainly
field
would
guide
have
page,
appreciated
but
something like the field guide when I was a student.
it won't let you.
Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. Do keep up.
It won't let you capture a field guide page until she says you can.
Simply cast Revelio on it. Revelio. See what the guide says.
And then it tells you about what the field guide page is. This is a house elf recipe book because the Hufflepuff common room is nearby the kitchens.
Will I be okay to take a shower?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Sorry, that was my oldest. He wanted to make sure I wasn't doing anything that would use the water.
No, it's you're recording audio.
Oh, yeah. Oh, because I'm recording audio. You won't be able to hear the shower. It's fine. Alright, so this is just tells us about this, which I don't need. But here's our field guide pages, and we got our first one.
Clever, isn't it?
Sorry, I didn't realize he wanted to make sure to not mess up my audio. But you won't be able to hear the shower, so it's fine. But our water heater is not very big, so if I'm using water, well, the water pressure too, but if I'm using water, then it might mess up his
opportunity to show you how to use flue flames
the length
to get
of his
around
shower.
a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Okay, so you hit M to open the map. Here's the map. Hogwarts is divided into two main areas. The left side is where students and professors live, and that includes the common rooms and the Great Hall. The right, select the Great Hall region. In this view, you can see the flue flames available in that region. The green flames represent flames you have discovered, including your own house common room. The gray flames reveal the location of undiscovered flames. So those are the ones you have to run around and get. But because I got the mod that unlocks all the flue flames, they're all green. Sweet. The right side of the map is where you'll find like all the classrooms and stuff. So we're going to go to the library annex, and we're going to go to Central Hall. Oh, baby. I heard a puppy whine. Hello.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
Okay.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central
There's
Hall.
also flying pages for the
Always
field
something
guide.
happening here.
We
It's
can collect
the
those
heart
once
of
we
the
learn
hive.
Accio.
Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
I was trapped on the grand staircase for an hour.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
Now, Fig told us not to tell anybody, so I'm gonna lie right here. I don't love lying, but he told us to do it, so that's what I'm gonna choose. Nobody's telling me not to, so here we go.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you.
Told you this is a long
Good
tutorial.
luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Alrighty, let's talk to Fig and learn about the map.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
You sure did. I didn't like to lie to her. I'm gonna do that one.
I did try to evade her questions, though I feel a little deceptive. That said, I'm fairly certain she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well-trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Okay, let's look at the map. Now, I don't need to go, I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but, you know, it just shows us the map. And these things are main story quests, and then there are little gray pointer things like this that do not have a shield around them, but they're gray. Those are side quests. So we're gonna do charms because I hate it.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Alright, now this is my favorite part of the map. You can hit V, and it will send a little light thingy to tell you where to go. Because in Hogwarts, they have like 2 sets of stairs right next to each other, and sometimes I get confused as to whether I'm supposed to be going up or down. So this little light thingy, all we gotta do is follow it. And I love it. So I don't have to concentrate, so I don't have to watch the map the whole time. You know what I'm saying? I usually slow down on the stairs because I can't turn as quickly as I
Professor Ronan tends
like
to go
to.
on a bit. We sometimes have to remind.
Right. This is Professor Ronan in Charms. This is where we meet Natty. Talk to her.
Here. Behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? Hmm? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Okay, now we're gonna learn how to summon Accio. I like Accio.
Accio.
Look, I did it.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Now, he had us to go to page 517 on the first day. Is this like a book we've been using since first year? Why are we at the end of the book on the first day?
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
Yeah, this horrible game that I hate.
So why
Talk to other people that have played this game and they're like, I love this game. What are you talking about? You hate it. Oh my gosh, I hate it so much.
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last boost. That's it! Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But excellent control there.
Thank you.
Very good.
Dang it.
Stay focused. Very good. Points to Hufflepuff. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
Come on up.
You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Seems pretty clear. Okay.
Let us see this. There we go.
Now it's my turn.
Not exactly your typical lesson, is it? Not that I mind.
That's it!
Watch this.
I knew I took it off too soon. I knew it.
Quite impressive.
Thank you.
Sharp.
Probably gonna have to do this one again. Because you have to win. You can't lose and you can't tie.
Phew.
You have to win. And I'm not gonna win.
Splendid!
I gotta do it again. Oh, I hate this game so much.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Yeah.
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Here we go.
Maybe I don't. Maybe it's this one I would have to do again if I lose.
Yes!
Dang it.
Very good.
Watch this. That is how it's done.
Yeah, that's how it's done. Got knocked off.
Oh, that was an execution. Let us see this.
Oh, I'm gonna win. Sweet.
I know everyone is watching, but try not to be nervous. You are doing quite well.
Well, that's fine. I'm gonna win anyway.
To the best of us.
Sweet. I think that's probably the lowest score I've ever gotten on this game.
Yeah.
That's fine because I
Very
hate
good,
it. So.
both of you. Well done.
I guess I hate it because it takes forever.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Hey, Sebastian and Ominous.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Well, it's been nice talking and competing with you.
And with you. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian. You know it won't work on humans.
So that's a thing. They're talking about using Accio on humans. So there was a thing where people were wondering how come when in the books, when Harry and Hermione and Ron, they were all like starving and everything, why couldn't they just like Accio some fish or some chicken or something from somewhere? And she was like, well, it doesn't work on living things. But then Newt Scamander in the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find the movie, he Accios his Niffler. And so I guess it switched to now it doesn't work on humans. And if you Accio a person, you're Accioing their clothes. I don't know. It was a whole big to-do back in the day.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Okay, I have uncollected rewards. Let's go ahead and collect those. Down here. Quest. Done. I don't wear any of this stuff. I just collect it because I can. So. What? Oh. Okay. Now let's go to... Side quests are now available. So this is the side quest thing I was telling you about. This thing right here. It does have a shield around it. It's just not a gold shield. So let's do this one. I forgot we already unlocked the Blue Flame with our little cheater code. I'm so excited about that. All the Blue Flames are unlocked now. I don't have to run anywhere. Yay.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No?
That's
One
Leander
thing
Pruitt.
I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Now, Leander Pruitt, when he introduces himself to us during, what is it with the plants? Herbology. When he introduces himself to us during Herbology, in my video, excuse me, I said, do you recognize that last name? You wouldn't if you hadn't read the books, okay? But Fabian and Gideon Pruitt were brothers that were killed by Voldemort or Death Eaters or something. And they happen to be Molly Weasley's brothers. So Molly Weasley, her maiden name is Pruitt, so she is a Pruitt. And then she married Arthur Weasley, who is obviously a descendant of Professor Weasley. But Molly is a descendant of Leander Pruitt in this game. So that is why when I said, do you recognize that last name? That's why, if you had read the books, you should have recognized Leander Pruitt's name. Or not, because it's kind of an obscure reference in the books. And if you weren't really paying that close of attention, you wouldn't remember. But, yeah, that's why I said remember that last name. It's because it's in the books, it's not in the movies.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Ominous leaning on the desk and she moved it away. That's funny. I mean, if you got a blind student in your class, you should say, hey, I'm going to move the desk now. You might want to stand up.
Let us begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember. Good. Now, well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel.
Apparently Sebastian is the best duelist.
Basic cast,
student duelist.
And Protego. You may begin.
This can't be your first duel.
When all my students with a step, I do enjoy a lively duel.
Accidentally hit 2 instead of Q.
Use the basic cast when your opponent's guard is down.
Not
Easy peasy.
bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
This is Sebastian. I don't know if I said that already.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Hufflepuff.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Everybody with a little dot over their head, you can talk to them.
Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like.
I said that
but I know
because
better.
Fig told us
Magic
not to tell
requires
anybody that we
intention
were
and talent.
that we
You
did
know,
stuff.
You might be
before
a perfect
I
fit
arrived
for a
at Hogwarts.
certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
Now, I don't usually do any of the crossed one stuff until after I get Professor Hecat's extra stuff she wants us to do, because that way I can do her extra lessons.
If you know the right
This is the other guy I was telling you about,
that'll fear you, not the other
guy
way
that
around.
plays Lee Jordan in the movies. This is the other guy that he voices that I was telling you about. And then he does a centaur, which we'll meet later. You don't have to talk to any of these people.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
But it's an option. So I do it.
You dueled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
Thank you.
Revelio.
I heard the Revelio pages will make a noise. And I heard that noise. There it is. I have to go all the way up there. There it is. This is about the Hebridean black skeleton. This large dragon skeleton that hangs in the Defense Against Dark Arts classroom is allegedly a trophy taken by Professor Hecat after she single-handedly defeated one of the largest poaching rings in eastern Wales during the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. Allegedly. It's allegedly a trophy. She literally said it was. But apparently we can't take her word for it. Okay, now we gotta talk to her. I mean, we don't gotta talk to her. Apparently she's not going to give us a thing to do right now. Okie dokie. Now we gotta go see Weasley. And locate her on the map. Transfiguration classroom. Oops.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are.
I can't get over how bright the colors
I
are
trust your
on my
first
new
classes
computer
went
versus
well?
my laptop.
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Nope.
Nothing more, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
Who should I go to Hogsmeade with? In my video, I went with Sebastian because, excuse me, because I was a Slytherin. But now I'm a Hufflepuff. And neither one of those two are Hufflepuffs. One is a Slytherin, one is a Gryffindor. So... I think I'll probably choose Natty because not only did I already go with Sebastian in my videos, but because on the way there, they tell us a little bit about themselves. Sebastian told us about his twin sister Anne and how she used to be a Slytherin with him, but now she's sick. Natty will tell us a little bit about herself when we go to Hogsmeade too. So, since nobody is offering an opinion. Sorry, I thought I heard a puppy squealing, and sometimes I have to break up puppy fights, but I must have been hearing something else. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and choose Natty.
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
All right, now the little symbols on the bottom left, those are professor assignments that they have given us to do. So every quest that we go on has its own type of symbol to show us where to go. Oh, that is a partial transfiguration cup. That's funny. Anyways, I think I'm going to end my stream here though, because I have been going for 107 minutes, and that's way longer than I meant to. So Ronan's assignment is right here.
Ah, there you are.
Yeah, here I are. So I'm gonna do this next time. I actually need to go and make my family some food. So I'm gonna go ahead and exit here. I'll show you how to do that. You go into settings and go into save game. How easy. Empty save slot right there. So when I come back next Saturday, we'll just pick up where we left off. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And it's kind of dry in the beginning because it's all tutorial stuff, but it does get more fun later. So I promise. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.